Crazy title, yes, I know. But it is a truthful title. Now let me explain. If you were to invest right now with £1,000 and an average return of 15% per year for 50 years, that £1,000 without you doing anything would turn into £1,083,677. 57 pounds. Now if you don't believe me, here's the maths. But if you were to invest that same £1,000 just 10 years later at 28, and that's when you started thinking about it, that same £1,000 would only be worth £267,863, almost a quarter of that amount. So essentially, the earlier you start, the more money you can have in the long term. You can, with just £1,000 and no input, become a millionaire in that time. But obviously 50 years is a long time. The only reason I chose that £1,000 is because it is really reasonable for everyone out there. Like, everyone can get £1,000 relatively easily, whether that be working in a store for a few months, starting up some sort of online business, using all of the affiliate links I'm going to mention at the end of this video, or just like reselling, something like that. But if you want to speed up that process, say you were to save up £10,000, invest that straight away and invest an additional £500 every month, which isn't too unreasonable. With that same 15% gain per year, it would take you only 21 years to become a millionaire. That is a millionaire by 40 without having to do anything apart from put that money away in an investment, which is mad. Personal finance compound interest has so much potential to just make you financially free with as little input as humanly possible. And then of course you can go about your normal job earning all of that money as well, saving that. But if you've got that initial savings ready, especially this early on when you're 18, without having to do anything, you can be a millionaire by the age of 40 and just thank yourself for investing so early on. Basically, in this video, I'm going to be talking about exactly how you can do that. I'm going to run you through the setup process and how I'm doing that and how I'm planning my investments, all of the different apps, all of the different companies, etc. that I'm using to invest. Oh, and we also run through the setup of this laptop that I got for my birthday, which is about 5 days ago. Yeah, 5 days ago. Cool, on with the video. Okay, I just realized that actually the rest of this video is kind of like an energetic vlog of me enacting on all of my investment plans and setting everything up on my actual 18th birthday. So that was actually last weekend, but I didn't actually include kind of my financial plans and how I'm going to try to attain those 15% per annum gains on my initial investment. So I'm going to quickly explain and break down all of my current investments, my overall portfolio, and how I'm aiming to, or what direction I'm going to be taking that in to try and get those gains. Cool, let's break it down. The thing is, I'm in two completely different minds with this. Like, I don't know whether just to be really explicit with how much money I've got invested or to break it down in terms of percentages and things, because money is quite a taboo subject and I don't want this video to come across in any negative form whatsoever. But I'm just going to hope that you can use this as kind of inspiration for your personal finance and taking control of yours, rather than kind of anything that might make you feel worse about your situation or anything like that. Does that make sense? I hope it does. But yeah, there's no negative intent in anything that I'm saying now. Cool, let's go. But essentially, I've pretty much been saving since I was about 11. I've worked a paper round, a barista job, Sainsbury's, an edutech startup. I obviously make these YouTube videos. I've invested in loads of different companies and things like that through my dad. And yeah, I'm not a big spender. Like, I don't buy big brands. All of my shoes are pretty much like 20, 30 pound shoes, apart from the occasional trainer, which is like 60, because I just don't care about wearing branded clothing. I like saving money. I like making the most and getting the most value for my money. And yeah, it's led me to be able to save like a fair amount, not like a crazy amount. So yeah, as of currently, I have kind of like 4 places that I keep all of my money. I obviously have like a normal bank account, and that's where I keep all of my spending money. So I actually use a Starling account, and that's the money that I allow myself to spend in a month. Obviously that's hugely variable, and I do end up taking money out of my savings to spend more if I really need it. But that's kind of like the smallest chunk of money, and it's probably like £100 at max at any one point in time. And then the next big place that I did store all of my money was in a Help to Buy ISA, and by this point I saved up about 4,500 in that ISA, and I'm now transferring it, as you'll see in the rest of this video, into a lifetime ISA and a cash ISA. But yeah, I'll go into that. Then the second place that I store a large chunk of my money is in trading 212. Now I've been investing in exchange traded funds, index funds, and individual stocks and shares, and over kind of the last 7 months I've had varying returns on that. Like, it will fluctuate between about £600 in the green to about £200 in the red, and that kind of overall is increasing, but it varies hugely. So I've got anywhere between about 4.5 and 3.5 in that account. And then finally, and this is the smallest part of my investment side of my capital, is in cryptocurrencies. So I actually didn't put much money in this at all. Over the lifetime of my investing in cryptocurrencies, I've only put in about £250, but that, given the just insane bull run that's occurred recently, that's now about £1,200. And those are kind of like the 3 key investment areas, and then I've obviously got the bank where I keep all of the spending money. Cool, so where am I planning on taking all of those investments from here? This is where. So the plan is actually to have the bulk of my money in 2 ISAs. We've got the lifetime ISA, where the government gives you 25% more than what you actually put in if you use it to buy your first house under £450,000, and it invests it in stocks, shares, and kind of a general portfolio that either you can decide or you can get someone to manage for you, and any profit that you make on that is completely free of tax. However, that is capped at £4,000 per year, and then I've got the stocks and shares ISA, which is an additional £16,000 a year cap that you can put in. And then again, that's tax-free, but on the stocks and shares ISA, as opposed to the lifetime ISA, you don't get that government bonus. So yeah, that's kind of like where the majority of my money is going to go, and that's kind of like the big savings pot, and is going to be where I'm kind of playing the safe game, so not as kind of risky investments, and something that hopefully can yield that 15% on average return. Like with the funds I've been looking at, they've been averaging about 15-20%, so that lines up perfectly with that 15% that we're trying to gain every year. But then one place I really do want to dive into more is the world of cryptocurrency. So I've already started to diversify my portfolio from buying just Bitcoin to Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano. Those are the 3 projects that I really think are going to bang. Less kind of Bitcoin now, I feel like, especially with its energy consumption, things like that. But I will make more detailed videos on these investments if you guys want to see that. Otherwise, I'll just leave it as this video and this short summary of what I'm investing in. Yeah, so I want to make regular payments into those places and kind of dollar cost average my way into those and hope that they can have some good returns. I'm not going to be investing a huge chunk into that because it is a risky investment. You could lose everything or you could make loads. So yeah, it's going to be kind of like 10 to 15% of my portfolio. And the final place I'm going to put my money is once Trading 212 allows more accounts to open, as you'll see later in this video, I'm going to be investing in individual stocks and shares that I think have the potential to do really well. And that account's going to be an avenue for me to kind of trade more independently and away from those institutions, so that I can do my own market analysis, own analysis of different stocks and things like that, and have more control over what I'm investing in. But obviously, because I'm not an expert, I'm not going to be having a huge amount of money in that. Again, probably like 10 to 15% of my overall portfolio. And yeah, try and get better and better at investing and looking for other opportunities that are out there as they arise in kind of the next 15-20 years, because over time, so many investment opportunities come about that you just need to be keeping an eye out for and be ready for. So a quick summary, probably about 70% of my cash is going to be going into a lifetime ISA and a stocks and shares ISA. That's kind of going to be the steady returns. You're not going to see crazy returns, but they're going to be pretty consistent, hopefully around that 15-20% mark. And then another 10 to 15% into kind of cryptocurrencies and riskier investments, and then another 10 to 15% in my own individual stocks and shares. And then yeah, just a little bit on the side in case I see any other investment opportunities crop up. Cool. So now that you know my plans for investments, let's go into the actual vlog on my birthday of me setting everything up. Let's go. Okay, right, today is the 9th of May, which means it's my birthday. I have just turned 18, which is wicked. The only astronomical downside is I've got an exam tomorrow, an exam Tuesday, and then an exam Thursday, an exam tomorrow, the day after, and then the day after that. Not ideal, to be honest. Hence why I'm not going to be able to absolutely send it tonight, which is peak, but we're moving those celebrations to the weekend of the 21st, so we'll be going out then. We're doing all of that 3 nights in a row, and then probably into the next week, to be honest. So it'll be sick. I'm going to be vlogging all of that, so if you want to see all of those celebrations, yeah, I'd probably drop a subscribe, probably turn on those post notifications, and I'd probably drop a like on this video. Not for that, but just because, like, biologically, you are a living legend if you do that. I've never, like, questioned it up until this point, but that's just, like, a fundamental law of everything. So, yeah, I'll probably do that. But, yeah, no, otherwise, it is my 18th today. I had a nice chill morning, breakfast in bed, all of that. I actually posted something on my Instagram, which is up there, so if you want to see all of, like, my baby photos, then I'll probably go check that out. Yeah, I just thought, why not? It's jokes in, or if you want to see them. But nah, today, because obviously I've got my exams, I'm not going to be going absolutely mental. I'm obviously be celebrating. I'm going to be seeing Liv later, have a few drinks. I'm going to have a nice dinner, a nice meal. But for the rest of the day, I'm going to be sorting out all of my finance stuff, which I know on my birthday, yeah, but I love sorting this out. Like, it is a really interesting stuff, and I just really enjoy doing it. It's sick. And that's what we're going to be taking you through today. I want to run through everything that I'm doing on my 18th birthday to set myself up financially for the best possible outcome over the next kind of like 5-10 years, because I've actually been investing over the last kind of like year or so in stocks, in crypto, in an ISA, in a static savings account, and a few other bits, but obviously that's all under my dad's name because I can't legally do it under my name without like parents' consent, I think is how it works. So all of my current investments are under my dad's name. So today's video, I'm going to be setting up all of the accounts I need to be able to do all of that, taking you through that process, and then whacking all of those funds across into my name. It's all cool, it's all calm, it's all good. But first, I actually split this with my family. So my family paid half, I paid half, and we bought a Gigabyte Aero laptop. This is basically going to be for me for when I'm making all of my travel vlogs, when I'm going out and I need to be editing on the go. So we're going to set that up. I'm going to take you through that, get a bit of an aesthetic, kind of cinematic look at this new device, and then I'll be doing everything to do with the finance on that. So why am I still here then? Ugh, I cannot even speak today. It is ridiculous. I don't know why I'm still talking. Let's get into the laptop.
Hi, babe. Stepped in, blacked out, yeah, 'cause I'm in the right place. She don't think twice, only caring for the vibe, babe. No pressure, but you're the only one who isn't high, babe. but I guess I'm in the right place.
Okay, we've got all of the essentials set up, we downloaded it all, so I've plugged all of the emails on the laptop, I've downloaded Spotify, Premiere Pro, Notion, Discord and Chrome. The basics, the essentials, is all there. And then I've downloaded Yoti, which is basically like an ID verification app, so you can use it to like buy drink and stuff when you don't have your ID, but then it also acts as a password management app and basically creates your digital identity. Yeah, it's weird, but I signed up, I've sorted it, added my passport, added my driving license, and added most of my passwords. But now it's time to do all of the financial stuff. So let's break it down. What do I actually have to do? Well, I've written it all in Notion and I've been planning this out for like the last kind of 3 months. First of all, I need to verify PayPal because I've got loads of money stuck in PayPal, and because I wasn't 18, I couldn't verify it, so I couldn't take any of that money out because I'd exceeded the limit. Yeah, let's go verify that. Let's transfer it all to my account and it'll be good.
But I guess I'm in the right place.
PayPal is now confirmed. Well, it's not confirmed yet, but I've sent off all my details. I say they'll get back to me in 2 to 4 days to decide whether my identity is confirmed or not. And then if it is, then I can withdraw the money. So unfortunately, I can't get it out today, which is a bit peak, but we move. So the next step is setting up the 2 ISAs. So basically, before I turned 18, I had a help to buy ISA, which is pretty much you put money in, and then if you use it to buy a house, the government gives you 25% extra, but it was only interest. There was no kind of like investment in stocks and shares and things like that. But now that I'm 18, I can put it into what's called a lifetime ISA. Now you can put up to 4k in there each year, and basically every time you put money in, the government will give you an extra 25%. So if you put in £1,000, they'll give you £250 completely free, and then that gets invested either into like a static savings account where it just accrues interest, or a stocks and shares portfolio to help grow that capital. But you only get to keep that 25% that the government's invested if you use it to purchase your first home in the UK under £450,000. But in addition to that, all of the gains that you make from the investments in that ISA are completely tax-free. Like I'm actually using Trading 212 at the moment to invest in stocks and shares and things like that, but any profit I make on that, that's subject to capital gains tax, which is about, I think it's 10 to 15%. So if you don't want to pay that, then you just whack it into one of these ISAs. Then your overall ISA limit is 20,000 a year, so that 4,000 only makes up obviously 4,000 of that, and then you can put another 16,000 into just a standard stocks and shares ISA, which is pretty much the same thing, except you don't get that government bonus, but you can withdraw any time and you don't have to use it to buy like a house or anything like that. And again, it's completely tax-free, all of the profits you make on that. So I'm going to head over to Hargreaves Lansdowne now. I'm going to set up that lifetime ISA. I'm going to transfer my help to buy ISA into that. I'm going to transfer some more of the money that I've got in my bank currently into the ISA, and then set up another stocks and shares ISA. So let's go do that.
Like you need me, 'cause you always gave up. Look, we could go on.
Okay, frustratingly, they couldn't confirm my identity online and they're not currently open, so I need to call them between 8 AM and 7 PM any weekday. Now, I can't tomorrow because I've got an exam, but I'll call them straight after my exam and finish that up. I've got a few other things to do first. So, big thing is when I was about 6, my parents applied for this government scheme, which is available to everyone, where you just put in your details, they'd deposit, I think it's about £200 into a savings account, and then that would just grow with the investment portfolio for the next kind of like 10, 12 years. So that £200 investment that they put in is now grown into about £850. So I'm going to be able to withdraw that now and then put that into this ISA when it comes of, well, when I set it up. So we're going to go withdraw that money now, get that all ready for when we set up this ISA. Let's go.
Don't act like you need me, 'cause you always gave up. Look, we could go on.
Okay, so I've taken all of that out now. That's all good. That should be here within 4 days. Then I can whack all of that into the savings account. So now that we've taken all of the money out of that, got a few things that we need to verify identity for and sign up for. So the first one's Binance. That's helping to buy alternate cryptocurrencies and things like that. Then we've got Coinbase for buying like the big ones, Bitcoin, Ethereum, all of that. And then we also need to make an account for Trading 212 so I can transfer all of my individual stocks and shares over into that account from my dad's. We're in on Tesla, we're up 50%, which is about £300. We're in on Amazon, we're up on that about 60. Google is doing absolute bits, so 30% on that, but we've only got 100 in them. But then in terms of like the cryptocurrencies and things, they are absolutely popping. So on Coinbase, I'm actually up on Bitcoin 800%. So from the initial £150 investment, that's now almost £1,000, which, no, more than that. It's about £1,000, which is crazy. Now, I'm also going to be having links to all of these in the description below, and for a lot of them, if you sign up with those links, you get free either cash, cryptocurrency, or stocks. It will help you, it will help me, and it'll basically just give you free money. So those are something that I definitely recommend, but I'm going to show you all of those as I sign up for all of these things. So first up, Trading 212. Let's go. That's peak, but basically because of the whole GameStop AMC fiasco, they stopped any new people coming on board on trading 2-on-2. So I can't actually create my account yet, which is really tragic. So I'm gonna have to wait until they start taking on new people to be able to transfer all of my stocks over. At the moment, we've got a fair bit in my dad's account, so I'm gonna have to keep trading under his name until that is all sorted, which is peak, but we move. Anyway, heading on to Coinbase. Let's go. Okay, so I've now set up Coinbase, which is basically which is the exchange for buying and selling cryptocurrencies. But now I'm also going to create a BlockFi account, which is basically kind of like an interest account that you can store all of your all of your crypto in. So rather than just sitting in that exchange, it stores it in a wallet, and then that accrues interest over time. At the moment, it's about 6% per annum for Bitcoin, which is ridiculous when like typical banks are paying about 0.5% interest, and then for stable coins, it's like 10%. So I'm going to put some into that as well. So I'm going to sign up for a BlockFi account now. Let's do that. Okay, so on a lot of these websites, they have these ID verification systems. So for this one, which is BlockFi, I actually have to put my face in the center and take a 3D photo of my face so that they can verify that with my photo ID, which was my driver's license. So I'm gonna do that now, and then BlockFi should be completely verified. But I've now got a Coinbase account. I've deposited most of my Bitcoin into that Coinbase account. I now need to deposit the Cardano and the Ethereum. And then once I've deposited that and made a few trades, I should get my $10 sign up bonus. And then once I've deposited $100 worth of Bitcoin into BlockFi, you get up to $250 sign up bonus. Anyway, looks slightly left, looks slightly right. Verifying. Oh, calm. Yeah, all done. Look, all smashed out. Congratulations, you're done. Thanks for verifying your identity. Nice. Let's crack on. Okay, right, so basically now I've requested a withdrawal of all of the cryptos in my Coinbase account into that BlockFi account so that it will start to accrue interest in that account. That's all been sent, and then after it's been validated, that will be in that account ready to start making money passively, also increasing in value as the market increases in value, or decreasing in value as the market decreases in value. But since I bought the crypto and since I bought Bitcoin, I'll show you my actual exact like amounts in each of the wallets. So I bought and sold Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano, and then over the total time that I've been buying that, my portfolio, I don't know why it's in euros, but it is in euros, is 1,050 euros, which is up 754.74% gain. Absolutely ridiculous. Personally, I believe that crypto long term is going to be really successful, and that's where the future's heading. Oh wow, that's crazy. So the Ethereum that I sent actually after the Bitcoin has been confirmed. So if I go to my BlockFi account now, you can see this. So we've actually got $250 in Ethereum in this BlockFi account, and it tells us the exact amount of interest paid. My camera's about to die, let me change the battery. Okay, now I've taken out everything from my dad's Coinbase account. I've signed into mine on all of it. So now I've got all of my Cardano in my Coinbase wallet, all of my Bitcoin and Ethereum in my BlockFi wallet, earning interest passively. Yeah, let's go. Right, so I've signed up for Binance and that's all good. Now this is another platform where you can buy cryptos. You can also buy all of the alternate coins. So things like Dogecoin, things like SafeMoon, and all of those slightly riskier ones. If you want to sign up to Binance, if you use the link that I'm about to create in the description below, both me and you get 10% of all of the commissions that Binance takes whenever you make a transaction, whenever you buy a cryptocurrency. Cool? Anyway, let's finish lining this up. Let's go. Right, we've got another facial verification that I'm going to talk you through, or I'll just go through with you. So you just click start, position your face, and do as it says. And I don't mean to numb this pain, but nice. We done. Calm. All sorted. Okay, now this is probably the easiest way to get some more free money. I'm now signing up for a Curve card. You can have all of your accounts linked to that. So whenever you make a transaction on that card, you can choose which card it goes to after that transaction. So if you pay with the wrong card, you can move it over to a different card and vice versa. But you also get things like cashback on purchases, a bit like you would with a credit card. But then the offer that they're giving you is if you sign up with the link in the description below, you get a $5 and I get a $5 if you make a transaction within the first 7 days, which is pretty cool. So if you want to do that, again, links in the description below. But I'm gonna sign up for that now. Download the app, get the card, order that. Let's go. Okay, so this is the Curve app. You've got all of the cards for all of your different bank accounts. So I've got my NatWest and my Starling account, and you can choose which one you want to use to pay. And then you can just pay for things just like contactless payment, or you can use your actual physical card that comes about 4 days after you sign up for the account. One of the best parts is you can go onto this loyalty program where basically you choose 3 different places that you spend most frequently, and then you get 1% cash back whenever you spend on there. I get 1% cash back on all of those. All sorted, and then I've also got all my loyalty cards, so my BP, Nando's, and Subway right on there. Cool. Okay, so it is now a week later and everything's finally set up. We've got the stocks and shares ISAs, they confirm my identity, we've moved all of the money into that, and now everything is in my own name apart from Trading 212 and all of the stocks in there, because as I explained earlier in the video, they aren't opening new accounts, which is really peak. But a few days ago, I actually put out a poll on my community post. I'm going to put that up there, but essentially in that poll, I asked whether you wanted me to give you exact amounts with the money that I'm investing, or whether you just wanted to keep it as percentages, because I know money is quite a taboo subject. Again, like I mentioned at the start of this video, I don't want this to have any negative effects at all in any way. I just want it to be a video that's as helpful to you as possible. So I decided to actually break down my entire portfolio. Well, you decided that in the community post. So yeah, this is my portfolio. At the moment, we've got 4,000 in the lifetime ISA, 2,250 in the stocks and shares ISA, 3,850 in individual stocks, 1,340 in crypto, and then 2,850 in cash, with a lot of that cash on pending orders to buy more crypto. Because as you can see at the moment, if I turn this into percentages, yeah, it's not quite that 70% in the ISAs that I wanted to have, and then 10 to 15% in crypto, 10 to 15 in individual stocks, and then the rest in cash. I need to kind of work on rebalancing that portfolio and getting those percentages as I explained. So I'm going to kind of move more from the individual stocks into those stocks and shares ISAs, and move some of the cash into cryptocurrencies and things like that. Now, I've actually, since recording the rest of this video, I've invested a bit more into Cardano, and Cardano has actually been popping off like crazy. I'm also looking at kind of the tokens that are going to be launching on the Cardano blockchain, because those are going to have massive potential. Like if Cardano does what it's meant to do with the release of their smart contracts in, I believe it's next month, they are going to do absolute bits, and all of the tokens on their platform are going to absolutely rock it. So I'm going to be investing in those. But since investing, I actually put in about 200 when it was 90p, and then about another 150 when it was about 110. And yeah, since then, each coin has rocketed up to £1.70. So that's about a 75% return in literally like a week, which is absolutely mental. So I'm going to be building up that portfolio, but I don't want to buy in with the hype of Elon Musk and looking for that alternate cryptocurrency, but I don't also want to miss out on that opportunity. So I'm dollar cost averaging my way in from here to move again more of that cash into that. But otherwise, I'm afraid that is it for today's video. I hope you've enjoyed. I know it has been quite a long one, and some of you might have found kind of the whole vlog of the day and setting everything up a bit tedious. If you did, I'm sorry for that. I tried to keep it interesting with a few cinematic shots and stuff like that. But if you do want me to make more videos on finance, I definitely recommend subscribing, dropping a like on this video, and letting me know in the comments. Also, if you've got any of your own investments that you think have the potential to do really well, please drop them in the comments, because I'm always up for new opportunities, and I'm always up for doing a bit of research into different areas of finance and stuff like that. Whew. But yeah, it's still exam period at the moment for me, so I'm still going to be cracking on with all that revision. I've got 1 week and a half left of exams, and then it's all done, it's all calm, and I'll have all of the vlogs, all of the travel, all of that coming up very soon, which I'm gassed for. But I just got to get through this next week and a half. Next video is going to be me effectively cramming for my chemistry exam, so if you want to watch that, stay tuned. Otherwise, yeah, see you in the next one. Bye bye.
I live inside my own world of make-believe.